Hey guys, it's Rob. This is my quick review of my absolutely brand new Ernie Ball Music Man Luke III Woody. The Woody is a limited edition. So the Luke is, of course, Steve Lukather's signature model, has been for many years. The Luke III is the latest edition, latest version of it. The Woody is made is part of their BFR series, which stands for Ball Family Reserve. You can save the jokes. Ball family is, of course, Sterling Ball is the president of Ernie Ball, and I guess this is how they designate ones that are sort of a limited edition and kind of premium and unusual instruments. So I'm just going to quickly talk about its features and then my experience playing it, and then I'll play it for a bit at the end. So, features. The body is made of akume, which is, I gather, not a wood I'm not that familiar with, but apparently it's in the mahogany family. So it's a sort of a soft hardwood, fairly lightweight, and the guitar is quite lightweight, much lighter than, say, a Les Paul. It's typical sort of Stratocaster weight, maybe even a bit lighter. I'm not sure exactly what its weight is, but you can look that up. The neck is rosewood. The regular Luke has a toasted bird's eye maple neck, but for this model it's rosewood, which is really pretty, and of course it looks like an ebony. I'm sure it's an ebony fretboard. Frets are fairly wide, not super high. Sort of, I guess they're medium jumbos, but they're wide medium jumbos, or whatever the term is for that. The tremolo system has a large brass block, which I don't think I can really show you. You can see a bit of it there. Contributes a lot of mass. It's a non-locking, sort of vintage style tremolo. It's quite substantial. It came from the factory with just 2 springs in it, which means it's quite touchy. So I'm probably going to do something about that. You just pretty much look at it, and the bar moves, and that's just not the way what I'm used to. So I'm probably going to play with that a bit. It also comes strung with 9s, which is lighter than I usually use. So that's another thing I'll probably change over time. Typical Ernie Ball 4+2 peg head arrangement, and very small headstock relative to the rest of the guitar. I think if you have a look at the shape and size of the body, of course, very familiar, not that like obviously inspired by a Stratocaster, but I think the idea behind the design of this whole guitar, including the body shape and the headstock dimensions, is to shift weight back so that it's, when you're wearing it, either when you're sitting playing with it on your lap like I am, or if you're standing up with a strap, it's well balanced. It doesn't neck dive or anything like that. So shifting a lot of mass back towards this end and away from this end, I think that's the idea. I want to show you a couple details about the top here. You can see that they applied the top and then they finished it. So you can see the edges of this burl. It's really quite cool looking, unusual design. It really is very eye-catching, and I quite like it if that's something that matters to you. Okay, now let me talk about the electronics. So I mentioned already the balance of the guitar and how smart that is. What's really smart is the electronics. So why do I say that? Well, there's obviously 2 humbuckers. These are, I think they're Seymour Duncans, especially made for this guitar. Back one is Alnico, and the neck pickup is ceramic. Just, I guess, because between Steve Lukather and Music Man, we wanted those tonal characteristics. So I think the ceramic pickups are going to emphasize a little bit more brilliance on the neck, and the Alnico a little bit more warmth and clarity on the bridge. So that's why they did that. It has a 5-way selector switch and only 2 pickups. So this setting, of course, obviously is both coils in series on the bridge pickup. Setting 2 is the outside coil. So the outside coil here and here in parallel. Middle is, as you'd expect, both humbuckers in parallel. Now, position 4 is the 2 inside coils, and then here we have just the neck. So as far as I can tell, every single position is hum canceling, which is clever. So that's smart. But another thing that's crazy smart is this actually has a battery compartment in the back and a little preamp. And the preamp does two things that are both, you can take the control cavity off and configure them. One is there's this push button. You push in the volume knob, and that gives you a 12 dB boost. So you don't have to go back and step on a clean boost pedal. If you're somewhere else in the stage, you can do that. And it seems to brighten it up just a little bit. So it's not perfectly transparent boost. It seems to just give a little bit more crispness. That's to my ears. But the other thing, which I didn't realize until I did some reading up on it and played around with it a bit, if you have guitars that mix humbucking and single coil pickup combinations, one of the downfalls is that single coil pickups tend to be a lot quieter and the humbucker is a lot louder. So what they've done with this is there's a configurable boost on settings 2 and 4. So when I have it in setting 2, it actually is boosting the output a little bit to match the humbucker. So I'll show you how well that works. Here is just the neck on its, the bridge on its own. Here is position 2. I'm not sure how it's picking up on the microphone, but to my ears, the output is really beautifully matched. If I don't think it's perfectly matched, or if I, for whatever reason, want the effect where it's quieter in those sort of out of phase sounding positions, although not really out of phase, I can open up the control cavity and play with that. So really smart. So both the idea of this push button boost, and the beauty of it is, unlike most push-pull pots, you don't have to pull it out, which actually is a bit of a pain. On stage, you have to use your little finger or do this or whatever, move the pick around. With this, you just got to tap it and it comes out, and you push it again and it pops in. So just a little detail like that that's really very clever. I think I've been over everything on the guitar, so maybe I'll show you a little bit about what it sounds like. I'm plugged into a Spark, Positive Grid Spark 40 amp, and I've got it on a very clean setting right now with no compression and just a little bit of delay and reverb. So here's the neck pickup alone. A lot of tune there. Here's position 4, so that's the inside coils. It's not really Stratty position 2 and 4, but it almost fools you. Neat little funky rhythm sound. Here's the two pickups together. Here's position 2, which is quite nice. Again, it's kind of stratty. And here is the bridge. The tone control, volume controls are really great. So, for instance, if I go back, say, to the middle position, and I want more of a mellow tone, it's all there for you. Position 2 with the tone rolled off is a neat sound. This tremolo is really very touchy. I need to add a spring and put on heavier strings because I'm finding this is not me. So that's it dead clean. Now let's give you a sense of what it sounds like through an amp that's got a little bit of drive. And I'll also show you the boost feature and how that works. So here's the neck pickup. And then if I roll the tone off a bit, get a nice woman tone. And hit the boost button. And let's show you the middle position with a little drive. Here's the position 2. I like this one with the tone rolled quite a bit. There's kind of a nasal character to it. And then bridge alone. And there's all kinds of things you can do with the tone control. And then if I hit the boost, it just goes into outer space. So that's kind of a walk through the whole thing in a sense of what it sounds like, my impressions of it. So I was looking for something that wasn't a Strat, but had the advantages of a Strat in terms of the ease of simple control layout. I'm not really a Les Paul guy, but I wanted a beefy sound, and this just nails it. The variety of tones you can get on this thing. It sounds great, clean. There's mellow and powerful tones. The clean boost thing is great, so I'm very, very happy with it. Downside. If you are, so I can't remember whether I mentioned, it has a soft V neck profile, which may or may not be your thing. It's totally my thing. It's a fairly small neck. It's not thin front to back like some shredder necks are, but because the V profile takes care of that, but it's small. So if you've got really large hands, you may not go for this. My hands are pretty much average, adult male hands, and it's very comfortable. It's a little smaller than other guitars I have, but it doesn't scream at me small. It just feels comfortable in my hand. And for things like thumbs around the back, it's actually very easy to get these kind of voicings. The fretboard edges are not rolled, which surprised me because I'm used to seeing that on higher end guitars. They'll give it a bit of a vintage feel by rounding off the edge of the fretboard, and that hasn't been done on this, and that surprises me a bit. But I guess that's a taste thing, and I can always just do that or get that done. And the frets are not quite as tall as I'm used to getting, but again, it doesn't bother me at all because the ebony is so slick. I don't know if these frets are stainless or not, but they look like it, and they certainly feel like it. If they're not, they are very nice, hard, slick, smooth frets. So I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about this guitar. It's very cool. I'm very happy with it. I'm looking forward to getting it out at some gigs and seeing how it performs. But given how much attention has been paid to making it, a good tool, a versatile instrument that has all these features that you're going to want to make it useful in a whole bunch of stage situations, I think I'm going to be, I expect I'm going to be thrilled with it. Okay, so that's my review. Maybe I'll tag on a little bit of me playing along with the backing track just so you can hear it in context. Okay, take care. Bye.